Hi, my name is Sharon, and for the next 5 minutes, I'll be talking to you about effective pedagogical practices that look at teaching the whole child. It's been noted by the Department of Education and Early Childhood Development that there can be 4 pillars of learning. So, learning to know, learning to do, learning to be, and learning to live together. And these pillars, I guess, they're all important and equally important, just like the foundation of a house. Every corner is important. So, when talking about learning to know, it's also it's been considered and it's been noted that the content of what you teach is important, but just as importantly is how you present that information and what context that information is presented in. And so when teaching, language and communication is very important, and how you communicate with your students. So it should be warm and respectful, and when they speak, when students speak, teachers should listen, genuinely listen with interest, and to encourage conversations. So giving open-ended questions, and so how do you think we could do better, or what do you think, what next can we do? So to encourage those processes, to engage in the material and to create those schemas, and for children to create those schemas, and also to allow time in the day that is maybe unscheduled, so that you are flexible, so that when is an issue that students want to talk about, that you can take that time and grasp it when it is important or salient. Also, it's important to engage children in the decision-making process, as far as what they're going to learn. So to maybe have a discussion about, well, what do you think we should learn this year, or what have we learned? So with the assessment, what have we learned so far, and what do we still need to learn? Also with this, I think it's important, as with all areas, is to think about parent engagement. So how can we engage the parents in the learning process for the children, and how can we teach them the importance of, I guess, homework or school attendance and all that sort of stuff. So doing those traditional things like parent-teacher interviews, and inviting them to school plays and productions, and giving them an opportunity to see the classroom in action. So even things like individual education plan, involving parents in that as well, can be, along with parent engagement, also important to acknowledge that when a parent does come to you, we might not always have the answers, and so knowing what services we can refer them on to. When just thinking about learning to do, it's about having, the children having that opportunity to actually do what they're being taught, and to actually practice it in the classroom. So it talks, I guess, the constructivist theories of how do we set up the classroom so that this can be done, so that they can discuss with each other, and construct ideas about the information and about what is important for them. So also involving children, and so how are we going to set up the tables, and where should we put this so that it's easily accessible, and how are we going to work to this with this project. So exploring together. Learning to be, I guess, talks about, we can involve them again in the planning, so that they feel like they're a part, and they feel connected to the classroom. It's been noted again by the Department of Education and Early Childhood Development that each child needs to have a sense of connectedness, and not only to the classroom but also to their family. So having them take control, I guess, of certain things, so maybe even just basic things like roll call, or being in a group, or creating a calendar for the year, can help them in this process, and having that sense of connectedness, and and feeling, that they're valued members of the classroom, and learning to live together. So so it's, knowledge is developed through social interactions, as the constructivist theories talk about. So, having tables, not desks, and in these groups, they're given the opportunity to ask for things and to negotiate things. And always in groups, there's going to be barriers. Where, might be a kid sit back and relax and think, easy, this will be great. The rest of the group can do something, but to be able to have them set tasks for each other so that they can report back and know that things are important. And so, I guess very quickly, these are the four pillars of learning, and they interplay with each other, and they're all important. And it's important to consider, the classroom environment, children's well-being, and how is that all going to work together for good academic outcomes. Thank you.